Can a white dude have knowledge of self? Can a white dude know the lessons? And here's my answer to that. The answer to that lies in a great book by a man named Dr. Richard King. In that book is a famous chapter called Black Dot, Black Seed. You heard? This is maybe the top 5 deepest books I ever read in my life. You heard? And in this book that you must read if you say you are God, because this is a dude that has knowledge of self, and studies 120 himself and the teachings of the Nation of Islam, and he has a PhD, and he biologically proves that the black man is God on the next level of existence, on the super duper next level. You heard? So I read that book 3 times. You heard? I read it 3 times. If you God and you know 120, you better go read that book. You heard? And in this book, Dr. Richard King gets to the root of this matter. And this is what he said. He said he has had patience. Like I said, this dude got a PhD. I think he got a PhD in psychology and biology. I'm not sure. Now, I mean, do the research on him yourself. But he definitely has a PhD. So basically, Dr. Richard King said he has had patients that were Caucasian, that was coming to him telling him they were having dreams and hallucinations or thoughts of ancient Africa. They were coming to him saying they keep picturing ancient Africa in their head and they don't understand why. And this is what Dr. Richard King said. He said when he put these white people under hypnosis, they were able to speak about things from ancient Africa as if they were there. And the reason why they were able to do that is because all races derived from the black race and the continent that most people refer to as Africa. They derived from that and they derived from us. Therefore, the conclusion that Dr. King came to was, if the white man bears witness and understands that his race derived from that continent that we refer to as Africa and the black race, then subconsciously he taps into the sea of that antiquity. But when a racist white man says, I don't come from black people, I don't come from Africa, the white race has been here since the beginning of time. The white race is the greatest race of all time. When they have that attitude and that consciousness, it locks them out of the sea of ancient everything. You understand what I'm saying? So this is when you cut yourself off to a 6,000 year period. When you deny the fact that your race derived from the black race and came from the continent that they refer to as Africa. When you deny that history, when you deny those facts, that is when you are considered devil. You heard? Any man who has been made weak or wicked. And believe me, when you deny science, when you deny biology, when you deny history that are facts, this will make you weak and wicked. You understand? So as far as that question, can the white man have knowledge of self? Can the white man be God? That answer lies in their own consciousness. If they understand where their race derived from, if they understand who the black man is, if they understand that all civilization came from our continent, then they have access to that sea of knowledge. They have universal access to the history of the world and the history of man the same way we do. You understand what I'm saying? And they could climb the ladder to the higher self the same way we can. You understand what I'm saying? But first, they have to accept and come to grips consciously with the fact that they were originally black people. You understand? And this is what Dr. Richard King breaks down to the very last compound. I'm not a doctor. This dude breaks down everything you ever need to know about the black and white race in the Bible, biology, and everything else. So without that book, I wouldn't be a third of how sharp I am. You understand what I'm saying? So for the record, it needs to be known that all 5%ers, all dudes who say they God body, we don't hate white people. We don't look at every white person like, oh, they the devil. You understand? We just know and understand that most white people deny the fact that their race derived from our race. You understand? And as long as they do that, they're gonna be on a certain kind of wave. But when you understand your history and your antiquity and the black man's history and antiquity, then guess what? White people are one of the human families of the planet Earth that are welcome to learn these degrees too. And that's a fact. The white race has to come to grips with the fact that overall, as a race of people, they are responsible for a lot of death and destruction. A whole lot of death, destruction, oppression, slavery, mass incarceration, drug-addicted families that was torn apart. All of this stuff stemmed from the ruling of the white man. So as a race of people, the white race has to understand what type of pain their ancestors inflicted on the whole world. And it wasn't just them, because other races and countries also did evil things. Black people, black conquerors did evil things. Asian conquerors did evil things. So nobody is completely innocent in the scheme of things. You understand? It just so happens that the Caucasian man got 6 belts in that weight class. You heard? As far as oppression, destruction, and shit like that is concerned, they got all 6 belts. You heard? So we here to teach, man. We here to teach everybody. For the record, all 5%ers, everybody who say they are God body, we are not racist or we are not hateful. You understand what I'm saying? We just know the sciences of history and biology. And some races want to deny that history and biology because they don't want to give us our props. You feel me? So, like I said, these lessons was written in the 30s when the black man was heavily, superly oppressed. So we must understand these things before we move on. So basically what Dr. Richard King meant is all humans have an ability to tap in to the sea of universal infinity. All beings have the ability to surf the universe. You heard? Mentally, spiritually. We all got the keys to unlock the mysteries, but what we feed our conscious mind affects what we become in totality. So once again, when the white man understands where his race of people comes from, he begins to unlock the doors into that universal sea. When he locks that door purposely and says, I have nothing to do with that race. I didn't come from that race. What are you talking about? The black man ain't the first people on the planet. That's when they lock themselves off to that universal sea of knowledge. And that's a fact.
November 4th, 1985, I hit the receiving room. And, yo, I don't know how it happened, but some dude got his top blown right there in the motherfucking receiving room through the gate. I knew the kid that reached out and touched him. I ended up finding out who he was as time went along. But you know, it was going down. It was going down. And he touched him with a scalpel. Nasty.
His shit was crazy. Like, did he get cut bad, or was he just nipped, or what?
Nah. Kid blew his head off. Nigga blew his head straight the fuck off. Like it was intentional, and yeah, it was just crazy because the nigga was in a solo cell. And like I said, I'm 16 years old. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know nothing about this. And keep it 100, I'm shaking in my boots. To be real with you, I'm shaking in my boots because there's grown men in here. There's grown men in here, and niggas been in here laid up, working out. Like niggas prepared for war. If you ask me, man, like niggas is rolling around. Like it's a war going on. It's ARDC, nigga, adolescents at war. T-74 is going on. Nigga, I know HD was popping. I know OBCC was popping, but wasn't no pins getting pulled like it was in ARDC.
So what happened when son got ate with that scalpel? Like, what happened? What the nigga did when he got cut?
I mean, you know the routine. ERU rushed the place. Everybody against the wall. Everybody against the wall. Nigga head got blown off. They rushed him off. You know, all I know is that they took a picture of his shit. His shit is in the books. I'm just gonna put it like that. His shit is in the books. Like, you know, I know they be having that stare straight. I wish a nigga would have showed me that stare. I wish they would have took me to the stare straight before I went there and had to endure what I went through. But I can't really say I really went through much, because after a while it became fun, and it's fucked up that it came like that. But you know, I just adapted to my environment. Let me just say that. I'm not gonna say it was never fun. Let me rephrase that. So listen, so you know, before I got to the building, right, I was on the street, and I had ran into a homie from LA. I don't want to say his name right now, but I ran into a homie from LA, and he came and he introduced me to the Bloodlight. Now, well, I can't. Wait, hold on. Let me not say he was. Yeah, he was from LA, but he was in LA, but he was more or less from the Bronx. He was from the Bronx, but he spent some time out over on the West Coast, and he came back over here, and he was repping Hit Squad Brim. Now, Hit Squad Brim at the time was. You could say it was a legit hood, and folks was jacked. A lot of folks was jacking it. A lot of folks wasn't hip to it. You know, it was a branch off of 6 Deuce, 5'9". You know, 5'9" came off of 6 Deuce, and then there was a branch that the homie that brought me home was part of a different branch called HSB, which was a Hit Squad branch. Now, at the time, in Harlem, it wasn't too many homies running around Harlem. Like, I remember walking through Foster, and niggas was telling me, take that blood shit back to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm getting on that phone next.
Yo,
my nigga, don't disrespect me, my nigga. You see me standing here waiting for the phone, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you waiting for, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Fuck is you talking about, nigga? We looking at that shit, nigga. Touch that New York tale. This a true New York tale. For real, for real. The jail to the strip, 200 gangs the list in New York. A New York